Hello friends, this video on the fundamental unit of life part 12 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Let us now talk about the last organelle of this lesson, that is vacuoles. So what are vacuoles? Vacuoles are fluid-filled membrane-bounded sacs. Again, these are like vessels which are filled with some fluid and surrounded by a membrane. Right? So this is how a vacuole looks like in a plant cell. So you can see a big structure, right? Quite big structure which is surrounded by a membrane, and this is filled with a fluid. So let us have a look at the vacuoles in animal cells. So vacuoles are small sized in animal cells when compared to the plant cells. Not all animal cells have vacuoles. There are very few animal cells which actually have vacuoles. Some of the examples are amoeba. The first example which I have displayed here is amoeba. So in amoeba you have this vacuole, the food vacuole. Similarly you have another vacuole, that is contractile vacuole. So you can have multiple vacuoles, you can have more than one vacuole, but the size of each of the vacuole is small. So the food vacuole will help in intake of food to intake the food material. Similarly the contractile vacuole will help in the contraction. Similarly, another example is a ciliate. Ciliate, what is a ciliate? The protozoa which has got this hair-like structures called cilia throughout its body, right? So here also they have got a digestive vacuole which helps in digestion. Again, it has got another contractile vacuole which helps in movement, right? So the different types of vacuole will have its different function, but in animal cells it is generally seen that their size is small. On the other hand, in plant cells, the vacuoles are large size. That's because vacuoles are mainly used to store water, to store a fluid, right? So because of that storage, vacuoles are generally large in size. And the membrane covering the vacuole is known as tonoplast. So here you can see how big a vacuole is. So this is the vacuole. So this blue colored structure is the vacuole, and the light blue colored covering or the membrane of the vacuole is known as tonoplast, right? Okay. What is the significance of vacuole? What purpose does it solve? In plant cells, it contains cell sap and therefore provides rigidity to the cell. So it makes the plant cell quite rigid. So you can see that there are several things which provides rigidity to the plant cell. For example, you have the cell wall, which is again an additional feature of plant cell, and that also provides rigidity to the plant cell. Similarly, these vacuoles which contain a fluid, that fluid is known as cell sap. So because of the presence of this fluid, it provides rigidity to the plant cell. It also helps in the storage of amino acids, sugars and proteins. As I mentioned before also, the more and more organs you have to store things, the better it is. So again, this is another organ which helps in storage of amino acids, sugars and proteins. Now what is its purpose in animal cells? Maintenance of water balance. For example, expels excess water or wastes in protozoa. Now the example which I took in the previous slide, right, the ciliate. That is a kind of protozoa. So in those cases, vacuoles maintains water balance. When there is too much of water inside the cell, vacuole expels out some water. Similarly, when there is shortage of water, it can store some water, right? So it helps to maintain the water balance. It also helps in ingestion of nutrients. That means it helps in intake of food. The food, for example, the food vacuole in amoeba. You looked at the structure of amoeba in one of the previous slides, right? So there you had a food vacuole. So that vacuole actually helps in the intake of nutrients. So that's what I mentioned. Depending upon its function, there are many different types of vacuoles. Food vacuole, which helps in intake of food. Similarly, you have contractile vacuole, right? Similarly, you have digestive vacuole, which helps in the digestion. So depending upon its function, the vacuoles have got many different names. But mostly it is more common in plant cells. It is bigger in size in plant cells, more in number, and it also provides rigidity to plant cells. In plant cells, vacuole also perform another function. That is the function which is performed by lysosomes in animal cells. As I mentioned before, that the presence of lysosomes in plant cells is quite disputed. Many people say that lysosomes are not present in plant cells. So the function of lysosomes, that it used to digest the digest the waste products. So that is also performed by vacuoles to some extent in plant cells. So what all did we study in this lesson? We talked about what is a cell. We talked about the cell theory. We talked about the basic structure of the cell, that is, we talked about the nucleus, plasma membrane, cell wall and cytoplasm. Thereafter, we spoke about the important cell organelles. So for now, it is important that you understand each of them. You just know where each of them are present. You know their basic function and basic structure. So knowing all this, let us have a quick comparison between a plant cell and an animal cell. A plant cell, it is generally larger in size. Animal cell, comparatively smaller in size. In a plant cell, cell wall is present. Animal cell wall is absent. Quite obvious, right? As I mentioned before also. Vacuoles in plant cells are big and lesser in number, whereas in case of animal cells, vacuoles are many and small in number. And another important thing to note here is that not necessarily all animal cells have a vacuole. So it is not necessary that every animal cell will have a vacuole. Plastids are present in plant cell, but they are not present in animal cells. There is one exception to it, however, that is Euglena. So Euglena is again belongs to the class Protozoa, who have got plastids. But normally all other animal cells do not have plastids. In plant cells, we have simpler distributed Golgi apparatus called dictyosomes. So Golgi apparatus are called dictyosomes and it is scattered everywhere. In animal cells, they are known as Golgi apparatus and it is a single complex prominent structure. So it is just present in at just one place, which is surrounded by a membrane. It is not distributed here and there. Whereas in case of a plant cell, the Golgi vesicles are distributed all over. Right? So with this, I will end up this lesson, and I would also advise you to go through the PPT properly, understand things, because as far as biology is concerned, there is not much numericals to solve, but there is more of understanding and there are certain terms which you need to remember. Wherever possible, I'll keep giving you memory tips, but at certain places you actually need to remember the names, right? But still my advice would be to understand things so that you have lesser things to memorize, right? I hope this lesson helps. So see you all in the next lesson. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.